Hello, my name is Trenton Osvath, and I will be giving my unknown presentation. My first test was the Gram stain, in order to give a direction to see what the peptoglycan membrane was like, and to see if it would hold the crystal violet stain or the saffron stain. Here, it appeared to hold a pink appearance, meaning that it had the saffron stain, meaning it has a negative charge to the membrane. My next test was the Agar slant. By doing the slant, it would help give an idea of what the morphology of the bacteria is like in a colony form. By doing this, it gave great insight due to the abundance of growth and lack of color, meaning it's very distinguishable against other bacterium that do appear to have color. Here I did the litmus milk reaction test. The litmus milk is used to determine both the unknown's favorited food source, which depends on the enzyme complement it has, and what it makes as a product because of that. As seen here by both the images, the uninoculated on the left and the inoculated on the right, the milk changed from a purple to a pink. This means that it had an acidic reaction using lactose as a carbon source, making the beta-galactase to be induced to break down the lactose, eventually making a lactic acid. On this slide, I have the citrate test. Here, I wanted to determine if the unknown could use sodium citrate as a sole carbon source. The slant starts off as a blue-green. If the slant becomes more green, then it becomes more acidic, as blue means the conditions become more basic with ammonium. Here we can see that in the image that the slant stayed blue, meaning citrate was used, therefore giving more data to help determine what the unknown is. From here, I decided to do the urease test. Urease is a hydraulic enzyme that attacks the nitrogen-carbon bond in amide compounds and then forms ammonia. Its presence of urease can be detected when the organism is grown in a urea broth with the pH indicator phenol red. After doing this test, the broth did not take on the bright red color a positive test would, meaning there was no urea to be found. Instead, keeping its yellow color and marking it as negative. My last test was the carbonate fermentation test, specifically the sucrose. For this, I only did the sucrose test because it was the only one that could give a different result between my remaining options. This was to see if the ammonium hydroxide would be formed and stay red due to the phenol red, like before, or if it would become yellow from the acidic fermentation. Also, the development and releasing of carbon dioxide would give a differentiating indication as well. Seen here, it changed to a yellow and gave a gas, which means pyruvic acid was made and it was never balanced out. After taking the time to look at all of my tests, especially my last 3, I was able to come to the conclusion that my unknown was Enterobacter aeruginosus.